few days before Christmas, my wife and my son and I were at Winners doing some last minute shopping, and this year it's really hit me hard, the fact that Christmas is just constantly selling you things. It's all about money. It's all about people making money, and they'll use any tradition or belief or whatever to get you to buy things. Actually, in the lineup at Winners, we saw a shelf full of Valentine's Day stuff. So this was on like December 23rd. And I felt weird. I felt uncomfortable. I felt insulted. A lot of emotion seeing that shelf. But at our time in Winners, my thoughtful son bought my wife a copy of one of her favorite books, Little Women, kind of one of those vintage but not vintage books that they sell there. And we said, oh, that's really nice. And not 1 minute later, my watch beeped, as it does since I bought it from Amazon. Different Amazon advertisements, or sometimes Amazon Prime has hockey games now, so tell me about those games. My phone doesn't beep, it's just my watch, and it's weird how that works. But not a minute after talking about that book, my watch beeped that I should watch Little Women. Not there's no new one that came out. It's just the old one, or the one that came out a few years ago. But I thought that's so weird. And I know a lot of us have had those kind of experiences where social media is really catered and geared towards our specific interests, which aren't even really interests. You could kind of linger on a page or click something that might be like, a push-up challenge, or find out, how to deal with issues or whatever, health issues or something. And then for the next month, you've got advertisements on that. I've even, I don't know if it's everybody, but I've even had like, hey, are you 43 years old and interested in losing weight? What are the odds? But it's just too on the nose now, right? Like it's and we all know it's weird, but it's just really, really weird. The things that are being marketed to us, which brings me to just kind of a quote I read online that was probably geared towards me. I think it was Heath Ledger, and it could be misquote. Who knows? But it said, I don't have too many friends. I just know a lot of people. Obviously, he was dealing with stuff, as we all know. But I think as you get older, you start to really contemplate things like, connections you're making with people and the significance of your life. And it can become to feel like very shallow in your conversations or your connections with people, because life is busy and because your family is a priority, or maybe your family is really annoying and you don't want to be around them. I don't know, whatever you're going through. But to make actual real friends and to get to really know someone takes a lot of time, and it's really hard to do. And usually by my age, it's already been done and dealt with. But it made me think about my phone and our definition of what friendship is: connection, spending time together, learning about each other. The reality is, for most of us, our phones are one of our best friends, if that's the definition of friendship. Sadly. I think it's sad, maybe. And honestly, there's probably people that have had, with all the addictions to technology and issues that come with it, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have a lot of good stories about it. I talked to someone a while ago about how, every winter, there's a single guy, kind of looking for a connection, not finding too many. And he would buy a video game each winter and then challenge himself to pass the video game through the winter. He said those video games helped him through hard times. So it's just weird to think about phones and our friendships with them. I wouldn't use that term, but is it not true? Final thought on marketing. Why do we like crap? Why do we buy crap? Why am I at Winners? Why don't I go to, I love thrift stores, but why are we in a pinch? Why do we got to go to the corner store, which is Winners, which is Walmart? I mean, nothing against any of these stores in particular, but altogether, we go to restaurants and stores that are all the same. And I mean, I'll pick on Tim Hortons because I don't like Tim Hortons. And sometimes sometimes as a Canadian, you find yourself at Tim Hortons. So yesterday I'm there and I order, a bagel? Oh, we don't have any bagels left. Okay, so I get one of these like BS sandwich things with bacon and turkey in it and a coffee that's not good. And by the time I get it, it's not warm. And then I eat the sandwich. I feel like there's like turkey. It's like cold. The sandwich is warm, but the turkey's cold. It's like came out of the freezer. I don't know. They don't care. Here, take this thing that our marketing team came up with. It's the latest concoction of some sort of meat with bacon, and drink a coffee with it. You see the commercials? They have pizza now. So there's people eating pizza with a coffee. Like pizza and coffee don't go together, but Tim Hortons doesn't care. And then they'll use patriotism and the people's love of Canada just to get into their wallets. This is a company owned by Americans. So, but I don't know. Sometimes when I go to a thrift store that's not Value Village because they're too expensive, and I buy something that hasn't been manufactured mindlessly in the last 12 months, but maybe it's something that was made 10 years ago and has been sitting around, and I get to bring it back to life. That is one of the best feelings in my life. Maybe that's sad to you, but man, those little things, those little decisions, I feel like have a big impact on how I feel about how I live my life. And I slip up and I go to Winners and I go to Tim Hortons. But the more little wins like that, the better I feel. But honestly, why do we settle? We only live in this one life. Why do we settle for all this garbage? If you ever want to go out, grab a coffee or something, I'm up for it. And we'll find a nice locally owned place and have a nice chat.